Hello, this is Captain Kipsy again, the passionate sailor and adventurer. In this episode, I am going to tell you about navigating the Kiel Channel to reach the North Sea and sail to the Wadden Sea and to Norderney. The crew on my side this week consisted of Tobias and Felix. Toby is the fearless sailor we already know from the previous video. Felix, on the other hand, is an Austrian friend of mine who is passionate about building wooden houses. Together, we sailed 165 nautical miles in 4 days. Our sailing journey started by taking the Kiel Channel to reach the North Sea. The Kiel Channel is an artificial waterway which was built in 1895 and which connects the North Sea to the Baltic Sea. Taking the Kiel Channel shortens the distance between the North and Baltic Seas by an average of 250 miles instead of going around Denmark. For this reason, it's the world's most frequented artificial waterway. For us, being a small sailing boat taking the Kiel Channel and saving 250 miles means winning between 1 and 2 weeks' time, and most importantly, avoiding the difficult and stormy surrounding of Denmark, especially avoiding the Kattegat and the Skagerrak.
It's my boat, and the gods love my boat. Why should I?
We were excited about the navigation inside the Kiel Channel and about being so close to the big cargo ships. It turned out that the navigation inside the channel is perfectly coordinated and regulated. There are 3 things you need to keep in mind and things will go well. First, as a pleasure craft, you are only allowed to cross the channel at daytime and when the visibility is good. Second, you are not allowed to sail in the channel, so you must have your engine running all time. Third, keep to your right or starboard side all time. All in all, except of some rain and some limited visibility, we had a hassle-free passage, and we reached the end of the channel at Brunsbüttel just at sunset. It was fascinating to see all those big ships from such a close distance and to feel their wave. The next day, we took the cruise to enter the North Sea and sailed the Elbe River downstream to reach Cuxhaven. I still remember the moment when the cruise opened its gate to the North Sea and we were welcomed by muddy and turbulent North Sea waters. I immediately realized that now I am into something different, into something new, into a challenging and life-threatening type of sailing. To be honest, I was scared at the sight and had to ask myself if I really have enough skill and experience to handle the North Sea. Luckily, I knew how to manage my fear and was mentally prepared to handle it. I learned from previous stressful situations which I have gone through. I learned that fear and insecurity arise from unknowingness. When you do something completely new, or when you do something you don't fully understand, when you go beyond the known borders into the uncertain, you feel unsafe. I made it clear to myself that I have prepared for the North Sea sailing very well. I have prepared the boat, I have read all necessary books, I have talked with experienced sailors, I am aware of the dangers and of how to handle them. I have a plan, I spend a lot of time optimizing that plan and critically questioning it. The current is flowing in the right direction, the wind is not too extreme. So, there is no logical reason why I should be afraid. For sure, there is some residual risk, but that is no reason to fear. Most importantly, I want to do this, so there is no back, I will go through this. Schöne Wolken heute. We had a wonderful sailing day. We crossed several times to reach Cuxhaven. On the following day, we sailed out of the German Bight and headed to the Wadden Sea. Our first stop there was in Wangerooge. From there we sailed to Langeroog and later to Norderney. The Wadden Sea is the largest tidal flats system in the world. It extends along the coasts of Denmark, Germany and the Netherlands. The landscape and the flora and fauna life are shaped by wind and tides. And exactly these two factors, wind and tides, make the navigation extremely challenging. The navigation was so challenging that I didn't have time to make any videos during these legs. If I sum all the experience I have gained navigating this area, first, be careful when entering the Wadden Sea. You have to approach the gates between the islands with the current, otherwise you risk to have breaking waves. Ideally, you time up your arrival to be at the gate shortly before local high water. Second, once you are inside the Wadden Sea and you navigate from one island to the next one, avoid trying to pass two Wadden High, or in German Wattenhoch, at the same tide. It's safer to wait for the next tide to pass the second high. Third, strictly stick to the buoyed or prickled waterways and believe what you see on the field with your mere eyes, not what is shown on your electronic sea map. All in all, we had an adrenaline-loaded and rewarding sailing week. Sailing the North and Wadden Sea with a small sailing boat with little motor power is a physically and mentally challenging experience. We grew up with the task. Together we enjoyed a wonderful landscape, came so close to hundreds of harbour and grey seals, and saw a lot of migrating and breeding birds. By saying this, I come to the end of this episode. Please hit those like and subscribe buttons to support me and keep me going. Ciao, see you in our next video.